This is the weekly watch of September 9th, 2013. Happy Cyrano Day!
Awesome.
Yeah.
That is your best intro yet, Jay. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay.
I just had to bring it up, you know. It's like, I'm Darkly 10,000, and with me, as always, is the forgetful but long-winded Truman.
What does that mean?
You talk a lot.
Yeah, that's because I have a lot of important things to say.
Doesn't mean you're not long-winded. And the quiet but judging Nathan.
Yeah, judge.
And so, guys, what did we watch this week?
Good luck saying the name of it.
What do you mean?
It's like Zettai something.
Zettai Care and Children, the Unlimited, Hyoubu Kyousuke.
So difficult, Truman. So difficult.
Hey, you can say it last week.
I did say it last week. I had to look it up real quick because I forgot the full name.
Alright, so whose pick was this? Was this Jake? This is your pick, right?
Yeah, this was my pick.
So, are you happy with your pick or what?
I am very happy with the story of Magneto.
You mean Psychic Magneto?
Psychic Magneto. That's how I see it. That's a very good way to just summarize it up.
Yeah, that's actually a really good summarization of the whole thing.
You know, I'm just looking through it the whole time, just like, it's Magneto. Similar conflict and everything.
I talked with Nathan beforehand, and I said, I really like the main character in this show, but I hate that redheaded fucker that keeps following him around. You like the title character, but you hate who is supposed to be our main character. Yeah, they keep trying to force him into being the main character, but there's no, at no point is he ever more important than the main character. At no time is the redhead dude ever more important than the white-haired dude. You can't be the main character if you're not the main character.
Totally. So it was Magneto meets Toma from Index. Just based on his powers.
Exactly, and that was the first thing I thought. It's like, I wonder what his power is gonna be, and he's the guy from Index. That was literally my thought process in that first or second episode, whichever one it ended up being. That first arc. I'm like, and he's the main character from Index. Wonderful. Like almost exactly too. Almost to a key, the main character from Index. So
I remember reading this book, A Spell for Chameleon, and basically the main character's power in it ends up, his power, it blocks basically all magic, but he doesn't know it. No one can figure out what his power is. His power is just that luck happens to come perfectly to help him. So someone casts a shapeshift spell on him, a bee will fly directly in the way. It's kind of an awesome power.
That's awesome. This was saw that coming. I don't know.
I was hoping it was going to be luck based on, because the first time that it looks like it works, he does that kind of punch, but that wasn't his power. Yeah. That was just training.
Okay, I want to start out with something that really bugged me about this show, actually. The little catchphrase that they got, the super most shonen fucking catchphrase that the white-haired guy had to say every time he flicked his little switch thing. It bugged me so much. For some reason, I hated that catchphrase with a passion.
Well, what was it? unlimited release or something like that.
Yeah, and then like when he turns it off, he's like eternally sleep, and I'm like, oh my god, how fucking stupid is that? Like, I thought all I could think was like, man, this is eighth grade syndrome to like the 10th degree. Like, this sounds like just fucking eighth grade syndrome, you know?
Oh, I totally know.
It's
Yeah,
like exactly what it was like.
It's
it
just
bugged me.
And I don't know, it just bugged me. Like I couldn't take it seriously because it was just like it sounded so silly.
it's not just that it sounded silly, it just also it didn't match the tone or anything else in the show.
Exactly. It seemed so.
It's like
Go.
maybe this is a spin-off of Zettai and Children, but it's good enough to stand alone on its own. But maybe if you watch Zettai and Children, that makes more sense. Which my anonymous source says that it is quite lackluster.
Really.
Yeah,
Uh,
because there's not enough Hyoubu in it.
No, that makes sense. Apparently,
It
it's an
would be
anime that was
disappointing.
made in 50 episodes from 2008 to 2009. Huh. Yeah, no, Hyoubu was a pretty awesome character. I mean, he was definitely one of those characters that you just really like all the way through. Like, I kind of just wanted the show to be, like, to not really have any major conflict and just, like, him being a badass through the whole thing and just fucking shit up. Like, that's really what I was hoping would happen. And, like, I knew you can't really do that, but I was really hoping, like, that, like, partway before, like, the red-haired guy, like, oh, revealed he was a spy, he just, like, got killed off or something.
And
And
then
then, like, they just, like, continue just fucking shit up.
what was it? What was
And then
it?
at, like, the very end, they just, like, have the revolution and, like, he wins and everyone's like, hey, we did it.
I was worried in the beginning that he was just too powerful. Because, like, when he killed that guy from across town by flattening 300 buildings.
But, like, that's what I liked. I like the fact that, like, he was definitely overpowered, but, like, it never seemed, like, stupidly overpowered. Like, it never seemed like, hey, I'm, like, I always win into everything. Like, he seemed... I don't know, I thought it was done really well.
Yeah, they did that in later episodes, but the second episode specifically...
Yeah, in that episode, he was OP.
But I loved it. I loved the fact that he was OP. I loved the fact that he was just like, it's like, oh, yep, that's the bad, that's who I'm trying to kill. Boop, done.
No,
Like,
but the thing is,
I liked it less
he
when,
that
like, at the
OP
very end, when he had to, like,
doesn't work
God,
with
I'm
the
good.
rest of the story.
yeah, I guess.
It's like, if he wanted to kill all the humans and he was really that powerful all the time, he could. Easily.
Well, there we go. Maybe I was hoping that's how the series would end, with him just finally killing all the humans. So, uh,
So, what are all of his power? What are all the powers he shows off?
telekinesis.
Is that really
Tel-
it? It's
Actually, he kind of has like the general grab bag of, quote ESP, telekinesis, teleportation.
psychic
Shoots
blast,
lightning and fire at times.
Psychokinesis.
lightning and fire.
Wait, he shoots lightning and fire?
Yeah,
When does he ever shoot lightning and fire?
the first time he meets the
When he
queen,
fights- yeah, when he fights the queen.
he
Oh,
just
fuck.
he
I don't
goes.
remember that at all.
He basically just goes, "Well, excuse me for not holding back," and then creates a fireball.
And also when he
Fuck.
fights his illusion of himself.
And when he fights all the jets, he creates a flame lightning sword of psychokinesis energy.
I assume that's like lightning. I kind of just assumed was like super psycho energy, not actual like electricity. But the fire. See, he has like the general grab bag. Pyrokinesis, psychokinesis, telekinesis, teleportation. Actually, he doesn't have telekinesis, does he? I
No,
don't think
he's
he
not.
does.
He's not a telepath.
Yeah, so other than telekinesis, he kind of has the general grab bags of, quote, psychic powers.
But he could do the Goku mind read, or the reading of objects and what they've done.
Yeah. Which that was. Oh, what do they call that? Metrokinesis or something? Chemokinokinesis? They had a term for it.
I don't
People
know,
could just like
but did
learn
anyone?
stuff.
Did you ever find it weird that Goku could read minds?
Wasn't it like that he couldn't read minds? He
No,
could
no.
like.
He puts his hand on Krillin's head, and basically just reads his mind of Ginyu Force beating them up
Huh.
to catch him up to speed. He does it once.
Well then, I guess he can. Well, I mean, Goku was kind of just OP once. I mean, doesn't Goku become like a timeless god by the end of the series?
I don't care about GT.
I think at the end of GT, he like becomes basically a god.
Oh God. GT.
Hey, GT was the canon ending. God, okay, this is... okay, I'm gonna bring up this side note later after we finish talking about the show itself. Alright. Favorite characters, which is probably gonna be pretty easy because this show makes it a little obvious. Is anyone's favorite character not the main guy?
Me.
Your favorite character is not Hyoubu?
Nope.
Who's your favorite
Maggie.
character, Nate?
Maggie.
Maggie.
Who?
I think it's Maggie. I think that's his name.
Nagy?
Maggie, the hair guy.
The hair guy, his right hand. All business, bro. All business.
The fucking hair guy.
The hair guy.
The hair... Like...
He makes his hair wings and flies around.
That's your favorite character, Nate?
He was all business. Come on.
He truly was the right hand.
All right. I mean, okay. Really?
Yup.
All right.
I mean, Hyoubu was cool and all, but OP is OP and it gets boring.
I don't know. This for me, this was one of the few cases that OP wasn't boring. Like I just wanted him to continue being OP and fuck shit up the whole time.
Okay,
It's
honestly, it was pretty awesome.
It's like,
His character was awesome.
not only that, but like Hyoubu was also sympathetic and you could relate to him, like why he's doing this, understand his motives, and he was just overall well-rounded. Kind of
He really
like, I don't know, Magneto.
Okay, here's one thing I didn't like. I didn't like how they took a full like 4 episodes in the like near the end of the series to like give the full background. Like right at the climax of the whole thing, they're like, "Hey, we're gonna like back up and take 4 episodes to explain his backstory." I'm like, really? Like now you think it's
It was
like
2
right
episodes
now?
in the middle.
It was at a bad timing though.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was like
at
at
a bad timing. Yeah, it was an awful time.
that bugged me a lot. Mm.
Like, they should have finished that, or they should have done that after the thing was already stolen and he was, like, in the hospital bed.
And I hated how just stupid. I hated also the red hair guy. Just like how stupid he's like. It's like, just like, oh, and make sure you don't use military force. I'm like, boom, loser flag just like went high up. Like that was the most like biggest loser flag I've ever seen. He's like, oh, make sure they're all civilians, so don't use military force. And the guy's like, sounds good. I'm like, yep, they're definitely gonna massacre all the
It's
civilians.
like,
on
sounds
the fucking
good.
ship.
Send in the jets.
Exactly, like, it was the biggest, most loser flag thing anyone could possibly say. Other than, like, we'll get married once I get back. Like, that's the only thing that's more loser flaggish than don't use, hey, they're all civilians, so don't use military force. I know, that just, I hated that red hair character.
It's like, this is my last day before retirement.
Ugh. Exactly, it's like something like, it was that bad of a fucking, you know, you get what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
Alright.
So I'm gonna guess your favorite character was Hyoubu.
Definitely, my favorite character was definitely Hyoubu. I thought he was just like the best. I thought he was just the reason the show was there. I mean, like yeah, the little girl's kind of story was okay, and the supporting characters were pretty cool, but this was like the name said, this whole series, this show was about him, and it did a good job being about him. Like he was definitely interesting and worthy of being the main character. I mean, there's not much else to be said.
Any final thoughts?
No, he was a good character. He was a good character, really good character. Truman's right on with that.
And
I feel that Nathan just chose a different character just because he's all like, I can't choose the main character.
I kind of think that too. Did you do that?
Kinda,
Nate?
a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
But I did like. Don't get me wrong. I did like Maggie. He was awesome.
I don't know. I hated that fucking red hair guy. I don't know. It's definitely one of my least favorite characters in a while. It's like how they try to do so much to make him be the protagonist. And
Truman,
just,
you've had a least favorite character. You can't say in a while because you already have a least favorite character that's been thoroughly recorded you ranting about for a while.
Who's that?
We'll get to that in the weekly watch.
Oh God, no. Oh, oh, we're talking about that. That doesn't even count. Inu doesn't count. Everything about Inu is awful.
So, final scores?
I give it an 8. I thought it was good. I mean, the main character kept me interested all the way through. Other than there was a few like problems with pacing, I thought, and just little things, but nothing that ever really detracted from the show as a whole. I thought too much, and yeah.
I also would give it an 8. And even though I've heard from my source that Zettai Children isn't that good, I kind of just want to watch it just because of this series, which is one of the main reasons you would do a spin-off. So I think it definitely achieved its goal and had a cool character and story.
Apparently, the original takes place before they're in middle school.
Well, it was hinted at that.
Yeah, I mean it was, but I'm just confirming.
Oh God, that means it's going to be elementary school kids.
Yes, it is.
That sounds awful.
It just sounds so much worse now. Nathan?
Alright. We are all in agreement on that it's an 8.
Wow, is this the first time
It's
we've
very
all had
good.
the same score?
No, we've had a 777 before. Slot machine.
When was that? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
We don't
no,
do it
that,
much though.
that segment in the middle with his backstory is just misplaced.
It's
And also,
it's misplaced, but it's still pretty good.
oh no, it's
Oh, actually, sorry, you finish it, Nate.
alright, and I also feel like the relationship between the disabled powers guy and the little girl is like I never care about it.
Really, you didn't like the little lolly girl?
No, he didn't like the relationship between little lolly girl and redhead guy.
Oh,
Like they had the amusement park scene, and then a scene where he goes to read her a story, and that's all relationship building for that. But the only
It's
the girl's
it's
feels protected around him.
it's
and that's
to show him.
that's
It's
it.
to show the redhead guy that espers are people too. And
I think
which
the whole point of it really is to just make him more important, like to a more important part of the story because he's like the little lolly girl's second favorite person, and otherwise, the whole show is the makers trying to make the red hair guy relevant to the story.
it's
Yeah.
to make him.
They-
it's to make him, one, more relevant, two, to realize that espers are people too, so he'll betray his organization when they betray him.
Yeah. Alright.
Anything else, Nathan?
I think that's it. I mean, it was good, and I like the action and badass.
So, yeah, what does he say when he ends it, you know? His ultimate mode? What was it again?
Don't you dare say it. Don't say it. I don't ever want to hear those
Eternal
words.
time stop or something like that.
Eternally time stop! And with that, we move on to the weekly watch.
Well, it's gonna be hard to do a weekly watch since I haven't seen the new Uchiten or the newest Inu.
Well, I didn't watch the newest Inu because there was so much to talk about last week's Inu.
Oh
my
God.
Last week's Inu. Okay, we can start with.
It's like, I foreshadowed it last week. It was the worst episode yet.
It was so awful. Like, it was so... Like, they've made this anime that focuses around books. But I don't think any of the people involved in this, in, like, the story for this, have ever read a book. Because, like, they keep talking about books, but, like, not really. Like, they talk about books like a book is like a thing. Like, we're gonna have a write-off to see who can write the most page, like 100 pages in the shortest amount of time. That's not how you write a book. Should it be who writes the best book in a certain amount of time? Who came up with the most pages? Like, it's just so bad. And like, at no time do they ever like talk about, you know, what a book would have like need like, oh, this person's good at story structure or something. They don't even say something like that. Like, just, you know, give it to them. They're just like, oh, this person's a great author because they are.
And an idol.
There's never there's never a reason for any of this shit. They just like say like, hey, this is a thing. Fucking deal with it, bro.
And then there's all the techniques that the Suicide Girl uses.
Oh, fuck, I hated that so much.
That was like, how long did that take? Like 5 to 10 minutes?
It was just like 5 to 10 minutes of techniques that are supposed to slightly throw off your writing game.
Oh no, the worst. The worst thing was she's like, oh, like super technique, double pen writing. And then she does it, and then she does it for like a second, and then she stops. And I'm like, what was the purpose of that? There was no purpose in having that at all. Like, it brought nothing. Nothing was added by them doing that.
It was funny.
It wasn't.
We can't forget about her final technique.
No, let's not bring up the final technique yet. There was the tapping to try and put the person to sleep was the other one I wanted to say. So she takes her scissors and stabs herself in the leg.
And there was the like invisible ink splash.
God, it's all so fucking stupid.
We still have to talk about the very last thing, or very last part of the competition, because it is important.
Oh God.
The very last part of the competition, what was that?
She has the girl, what's her name? Not Asano or whatever. She asked her if she had read the book.
Oh God, yes.
And so she gets you to try and kill herself.
She presses a button, and all the bookshelves in this school's library turn around and reveal mirrors.
And so she sees herself and tries to kill herself. So why didn't she try and kill herself when she was at home after she had read the book? There must have been mirrors there, or whenever she saw her reflection in a window.
And this also says that the dog didn't actually just realize that he was in love. I'm doing air quotes right now. Really hard air quotes. Because that jump at her was actually just an attack. Still, air quotes about the love.
Yep. And then
God, it's so
so she can't use either of her hands to finish writing. So she
So
puts
she-
the pen in her mouth and finishes a page.
Did anyone
God,
try
it's-
to write with a pen in their mouth after that?
I didn't.
No.
Neither did I, because that's a fucking stupid idea.
That's it. Oh God, it's so off. Like it has to be some kind of joke. Like this show has to be some kind of like troll from like this has to be made by like Troll Anime Studio, the company. You know?
It's one of the people watching this. They are making this to torture us.
Like they're making it just to like fuck. How did like who read this manga and was like, or what was it, a manga or a novel? Apparently it was a light novel. Who read this? It was like, you know what this would be great for? A really shitty anime. Like, ugh.
And guess what, Truman? They're probably gonna try and have a second season because there's only one more episode coming out.
I just went to the
And
MAL page for this.
They just introduced a new character in the 11th episode.
No.
Did they really?
They introduce her, but she doesn't talk to anyone at all. She's introduced and she says a line and that's it.
No!
Yeah.
Every character they add, this show gets worse. This can't be happening.
It's like just when you think it's hit rock bottom, something like the author battle comes out, and you're like, wow, I've never even known depths of shitty writing. Like I've never even known the depths of shitty storytelling that this show explores.
Honestly, I think this author battle has taken the cake of stupidity from I've learned a fictional fighting style.
It definitely did. This was worse. This was worse than learning the fictional fighting style. Like it. This is like the Lewis and
I can't
Clark.
wait for you guys to watch the new episode.
This show is this Star Trek of fucking bad storytelling. It's exploring levels of bad storytelling that no other work has ever gone before.
Nathan, that scares me what you said, so I'm just gonna... Wow.
All right.
Honestly, I don't think the newest episode is as bad as the last one, but some stuff comes up.
Some stuff comes up. Ugh.
And let's not forget the very end of this episode, where she uses the techniques to have the dog attack her.
God, I hate this show. This is like the war. This is. I mean, there's people on MAL who rated this. There were two top ratings on. I mean, these are the top ratings. The two front page ratings for MAL for this is a 7 and a 6. The average score is a 7.
Yeah.
A 7.
Don't worry, our
Well, I mean,
3 votes will bring that down.
Like, I want you to just comprehend that. The average person gives this a 7.
okay. Well, if you go on to Anime Season, you know how it has little votes?
Yeah.
In 4 hours, Inu has about 50% more votes than Uchitin, which has been out for over a day.
It has an 87% like on fucking Anime Season. Wow. I cannot comprehend who's like I can't understand a person who's enjoying this. I can't.
If someone out there enjoys it, please, one of us would like to talk to you.
How is it possible?
One of us would like to talk to you.
Even Quasar was like funny with all the over-the-top fan service. This is just, it's like painful. Okay, I'm done. I'm done ranting about this. All right,
Okay.
I want to bring up just a side note real quick that MAL is really starting to piss me off. Like, if you guys, I don't know if you guys noticed, but like last week it was down for like half the week, and then
Yeah,
there's been like the whole problem
it
with
was
where it
hacked.
logs you out. I know that, I understand, but then the biggest thing that bothers me is the problem where you can't stay logged in, it keeps logging you out,
Oh
and
yeah,
it's
that's
gotten insane. Like just while we've been talking for now 32 minutes, I've been logged out twice from MAL.
I haven't.
I don't know. I'm thinking of trying one of the other sites out there. I've heard good things about this site Hummingbird. Apparently, it's like the main competition of MAL. I'm thinking of trying it out because I don't know. It's starting to really bug me.
Okay.
And that was a quick
So
thing I wanted to say.
so you didn't watch Uchitin.
No, not the newest one.
okay. The new Uchitin was good. I liked it, so you
It's
guys watch that as soon as possible.
You should definitely watch it. It's got the elections are starting.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, a lot of
Nice.
shit goes down.
And so that's our talk about Uchitin.
Okay.
Nathan, it was awesome,
Okay.
right?
Attack.
Well, it was amazing. It was such a good episode.
All right. Wait. I'll talk about Attack on Titan real quick. So, Jake, do you understand what I was saying, or what the guy I was talking mentions was saying? It was just basically Attack on filler. I don't know. With this
No.
last episode, like I didn't really get it until the last episode where I'm like, wow, this seemed like a filler episode.
What do you mean?
Like they they saved him in like the first 5 minutes, and then it's just like flashbacks and sitting in the cart for the rest of the episode.
It was such an awesome save, though.
It was the save itself was very cool, but it took place in like the first 5 minutes,
Yeah.
and then the rest was like there was like probably at least 10 minutes of flashbacks, and then just sitting in the back of a cart.
It wasn't flashback.
That-
It was a dream sequence.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay. It was like a flashback dream.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It bugged. I don't know. This one bugged me. This one bugged me as in like, wow, this seems like filler. But I mean, I still like the show because I really like how they handled the whole fear in the show. I think that's my favorite aspect of it.
It's like one of the things that bugs me about Attack on Titan isn't the show at all. It's all the people. It's all the people like around me who basically
Like
just
care?
no, in real life. All the people in real life around me who are like, "Hey Jay, you watch anime? Yeah. Have you heard of Attack on Titan?" Yes. I've been asked that question at least 50 times since this show has come out.
I don't know. I mean, I think that I think it's a really solid show, and I can see why it would appeal to norms.
I see why it appeals to people, but I am just sick of people asking me, "Have you heard of or have you watched Attack on Titan?" So no one asked me that.
Actually, weird thing. I had someone in my school ask if I've ever seen Attack on Titan. That was kind of weird. Because it was just like this dude, this guy that was, we were hanging out in his room. He's like, "Hey, have you ever seen Attack on Titan?" I'm like, I hadn't at that point. It was before I started watching it. I'm like, no, but I've heard of it. It was kind of weird. But I didn't reveal my power level.
Good show. I'll still say that.
Oh, I mean, I think definitely the strong point of the show is how they handle the fear really well. That's my favorite part of the show. Like if it wasn't for that, I probably wouldn't watch it. That's what I really like about it.
All right.
Okay.
What else is there to talk about?
Tarot card show is pretty intense.
You mean Poor Man's Modica that I...
I mean, you dropped it, yeah, but I mean, I haven't, so I'm gonna keep saying that. I mean, I like they're not copying the exact problems Madoka had. I mean, the concept of the basically magical girls and
It's,
a very dark version of that. I mean, yeah, that's what it is, but
it's not
they're
that it's just a Poor Man's Modica that I don't like it. It's also, I really don't like the character designs.
oh.
Just gonna justify that a bit more. Also, Blood Lad ended, didn't it?
Yeah, this was the last episode of Blood Lad came out, episode 10, and I haven't watched it yet.
Are they going to do a
But
second season, or am I going to have to read it?
I assume they're not going to, because if they only got 10 episodes of the anime, I mean, and the anime, I mean, it wasn't bad, but I don't think it was. If they only got 10 seasons or 10 episodes in the first time, I don't think it was good enough to justify, hey, we're gonna keep going with it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's at least that's my guess. I kind of assume this will be it for Blood Lad. I mean, I haven't seen the finale. Maybe the finale is gonna blow my mind and bring the quality of the entire show up a few degrees, but I kind of doubt it. I kind of assume it's just gonna leave it on a weird cliffhanger, and then it'll never get picked up for a second season.
Good assumption.
Like a lot of shows do. Yeah, that's kind of what happens a lot. And yeah, that is where I am. And you guys started. Oh, actually, we haven't gotten there yet.
Oh.
Shall we go to that?
Well, Nathan.
Oh, wait, tell me. Jake, did I tell you? I told you what my next pick is, right? Legend of Galactic Heroes.
Don't build up anything you can't keep.
100
So, Nathan.
episode OVA.
Yes, Jay.
What were the other series?
Well, I think they finished the Monogatari arc.
Right, that arc seems pretty finished.
Yeah.
The arc of the destroyed and desolate world.
Yep.
Taken over by zombie vampires.
Where only the one girl survives.
She said there were other people.
Okay, there are other people, but no one around there.
Yeah. Where only Hachikuji survives.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happened.
Oh, the last server deck service,
Jump on in.
which was 10. Was it 10? There wasn't an 11 out yet, right? Yeah, the last one was 10. All right. Whoa, shit! What was I gonna say about it? I had something to say about it, and oh yeah, I was upset that they kind of copped out on the whole. Like they even started the episode with, "Oh, I'm gonna tell the one dude's sister that we're dating," and then I was like, "Oh shit! If they're starting out with it, they're definitely gonna do it," but they still copped out.
Well, the sister got another shocking revelation.
Which is about the boss.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. Just the whole cop out about that relationship really makes me lose hope about Lucy and the other main guy getting together.
Don't lose hope. You have to
I don't know.
believe.
I mean, I want it to happen, but I don't know. After they let that fall through the cracks, I just don't see it happening in the light of most likely just leaving it.
God
open
damn it,
ended.
Truman, believe.
It's breaking my spirits.
Just believe.
All right. I just wanted to mention that because I was like, oh, damn it, why? And then yeah. Do we have anything else to talk about? Oh, did I show you guys the new Super Sonico figure that I'm gonna get?
This has nothing to do with anime.
No, it doesn't. Okay, I'll tell you guys later about it. Although it is awesome.
Super Sonico. Oh my god.
Oh, there was the latest Watamote.
Right.
Last week.
One of the things we normally talk about.
Yeah.
And isn't that one the niece one?
No.
Yeah, it's the latest one that's been out.
The Nice one?
Yeah, the
No,
latest
there
one.
was
Yeah,
there was another one. The Nice one was 2 weeks ago. I specifically
Was?
remember talking about it and how she cheats at cards. And how that's my favorite episode and chapters of the manga.
No, the newest episode was last week, and it's when, like, she goes to, like, a cafe that her friend works at, or, like, has to work at. And so she's like, oh, I want I want to make cakes and stuff. And her mom sets her up with a friend who gets her a job at like a factory.
Right.
Yeah. And then later
She's all...
she has to clean the house because she quit her job.
I just loved, like, the whole... Like, oh, working at a cake place. And she goes to, like, the anime fantasies of it. The anime shoujo fantasies. She looks all beautiful. And they're just like, the guy's hitting on her and everything. Then she just goes to a factory.
Yep, she just goes to a factory where there's a bunch of women smoking.
It's a beautiful...
God,
it shows the great beauty between just the differences of reality and anime sometimes.
I do want to say this episode has been different than all the rest because there wasn't any cringe. Like, did you guys cringe at all when you watched this?
No.
I guess not particularly.
This show barely makes me cringe.
Interact with anybody.
Really? You mean you don't normally cringe at this show?
Like I said, the only two times I cringe, or the only time I really cringed at this show was when she realized her headphones weren't actually plugged in.
Did that strike home for you, Jay?
What? Actually, no, that has never happened to me. But, oh god, I've always just imagined something like that happening. Alright. So, I think that wraps up the weekly watch.
Which means Nate has to give us his pick.
A cheerleader? Really?
Yeah, open it up. It's the best Sonico figure I've ever seen.
Didn't
What
you
happened
show
to-
us this like a week ago?
I showed it to you. I don't think Jay was around.
What happened to Hoodie Sonico Figma?
I thought that was the best. This one. This one is by far the superior Super Sonico figure.
Agree to disagree. But Nathan, what are we
Okay.
watching next week? Because next week is my favorite game. Next week is my favorite game,
Wait,
which
what?
is you guys have to catch up to what I watch.
Yes, because you have finals. So next week we are watching Psychopaths. Did I say that right? Psychopaths?
Yeah, Psychopaths.
Yeah, Psychopaths.
Truman, it's like you got me interested in this show because you said something about background.
Urabachi again wrote the story for it.
Who's he?
He's the guy who wrote Saya and wrote the side stories for Saya and Madoka, and is now currently writing for the new season of Kamen Rider.
Right, and he had a war against Moe with this show.
Yeah. Like the whole background for the show was that he wanted to, like, there's the growing trend in cutesy girls doing cutesy things, and he wanted to do the opposite.
Oh my god,
So
nothing to do with what you're saying, but I just thought of the title for this episode.
yeah, have you even been giving our episodes funny titles?
Of course. Or I try to. But the title for this episode shall be... Nathan, what does he say again?
When he finishes,
Either or.
Eternal Time Stop.
I think I'm gonna do both. Unlimited release and eternally time stop.
You should check what it says, because I think it's like I don't remember the order of the words.
I'll look it up.
Because I think it's release unlimited.
Man,
So beautiful.
I don't remember. Yeah, that was kind of out of place in the show, but I forgave it.
it was so stupid.
Alright, so that's it for the weekly watch this week. Tune in next week when we are watching Psychopaths, The War Against Moe.
Is that what we're gonna call next week's?
Maybe.
I'm fine with that.
The War Against Moe.
I'm Darkly 10,000. Goodbye.
Bye bye.
See ya.